video, we're in Karen in Nairobi checking out this really beautiful A-frame home. We're going to be walking through with the homeowners, Thor and Elisa. They're going to be walking us through the space and sharing their home with us. Hi, Thor.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so can you please tell us a little bit about this very beautiful home that you have here? Tell me a bit about it.
So this was a prototype for me.
Okay.
I'm an architect, but I've been working for a company for 5 years as a project manager, building and designing for them. And so when COVID hit, all the projects I was working on kind of got cancelled, and I'd long been thinking about A-frames and a contemporary way of building. Because in Kenya and lots of places, it's quite an old-fashioned way that people build, you know, lots of stone and, you know, leveling ground and uneco-friendly cement. So a lot of A-frames are built out of wood, but in Kenya, wood is unreliable at the best of times.
Okay.
So we replaced that with steel.
But then tell me, why A-frames though? Why that specifically for you? They're not
I'd
that
like
common.
to say my Norwegian ancestry roots
Okay.
were very good at A-frames,
Okay.
but I've just had a fascination with them.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It's a simple way of building that stems back to well over 100 years ago, or more, if not a millennium. It makes the most of materials. It's quite unique for Kenya, which is great. And they look cool.
Yeah. I want to talk through the advantages and the disadvantages, but first I want to understand the product really well before we do that.
Sure.
So, okay. So I see this is the roof system that drags all the way down, hence the name A-frame.
Yeah.
Okay, so what material is that made out of?
So we have iron sheet roofing. Housing in Kenya and so many places is so expensive because it's kind of over-engineered, and so we used affordable but durable and strong materials, and with a minimal carbon footprint and footprint on the land.
And then tell me a bit about your foundation. What does this sit on?
So this sits
God.
on legs.
All right.
So it's, as you can see from the slope of the land, there's quite a slope. So at the back, you're about 2 meters off the ground, and at the front, as you can see.
Okay, so like stilts.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
And so houses I've built since then, we've done some that, you know, 4 meters out, I've had drops of about 7 meters.
So the stilt is in the ground and then the house sits on it. Is it anchored onto it?
Yeah, so we have what you call a pillar foundation, which we then pin. So concrete pillars that, depending on what type of substructure there is, depends on how deep they go. But these are about 2 meters deep, and then we pin them with metal rods.
Into the ground.
Yeah, 3 of them, and that really stabilizes it.
How many do you have underneath this?
I guess, it's a while ago, but I think there's about 16 to 20 pillars here. And then we triangulate and cross brace them all, especially when it's higher above ground, so that there's no...
So this is an outdoor deck built with wood?
This was actually wood. When we first cleared this area, this was a grevillea tree that was here, a nice mature tree, which we had to use, but we managed to save all the other trees, and we've planted more since. So,
Right. So how big is this area that this property sits on?
I mean, the footprint of this is, if you just to take the bottom floor, it would be about 43 square meters, I think it was.
Wow, it's so adorable.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
and then you've got the upstairs as well, which then adds another 20 or so.
Because it's like this, so the top part will obviously lose some space.
Exactly, and it doesn't come all the way to the front, as you can see. Okay,
so under the decking, is it like a normal deck on any other property, or is it different for an A-frame?
No, it's similar. We have rectangular steel sections, all steel treated, and then the deck's just
sits on
planted on that. And that way, you know, being above ground, you don't worry as much about termites and things like that. Yeah.
Cool. So tell me a bit about this side of it. So this is the roof extended, and then you've put what boards? Gypsum? Yeah,
gypsum and fiber cement boards, so that all the walls are fiber cement boards, which you then plaster, so it's nice and thick.
Okay.
And then we have fiberglass insulation inside. Yeah, so this has a very steep pitch, so leaks are minimal. And just because you've got such a high roof, it's good with heat because it does get hot here in Kenya, although you wouldn't know it now. So it gives that kind of sense of space.
Space,
and
light.
Yeah, and you can have your loft as you'll see in there. Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about the body of it itself. What makes up the structure of it?
So the structure is steel frame, and then we have the boards, which we then plaster or skim. All the electrics are internal in the walls, and because it's above ground, all the services are down below. So all the electricals, all the plumbing, water pumps, everything, you don't have to dig into the ground to get to it. You can access, which is really easy.
Okay, so in my imagination, I assume it's skeletons, and then the boards are between the skeletons.
Clad around the steel frame. Yeah, and you get your boards on the outside, the inside, and we fasten them with fasteners, self-drilling screws.
Oh, okay, now I get it.
And they're 8x4 boards.
Okay.
And then designing it, you build the frame to fit the boards.
Okay. Okay. So where does the installation sits between the frame and the board?
Yeah, so it sits in those, so where there's no steel, where the skeleton is, there's a hollow space, and that's where we put the installation.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Cool, and then all your plumbing is underneath.
Exactly.
Drainage pipes underneath, electrical pipes underneath. And then connected.
And then obviously through the hollow spacing in the wall when it needs to be.
That's super interesting. It's quite simple, actually.
Yeah. No, it is. That's it.
Yeah. So I hear it's much cheaper.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about why.
So, yeah, I mean, since we built this, since I built this 2 years ago, we've built, we've got lots of different designs, lots of A-frames, bigger A-frames. We've finished about 25 houses now.
Whoa!
And it's a lot of the components I build at my workshop. So all the frame, we bring in segments and sections, and then we can weld it together. And so because it's quick,
it's sort of prefabricated.
Yeah, exactly. Which we can adapt as needs be.
Okay, that's really. I've never seen one of these, so it's super interesting to me. Okay, so in terms of cost, how much would something like this cost? This is a loft-style home, so I'm guessing it's one bedroom on the top, and then your living area and kitchen below. Okay.
So all in, as everyone knows, material fluctuations have been up and down, but you're looking at about, obviously this was the prototype, 35, call it $350 to $450 per square meter.
A square meter.
So for this, you're looking at, if I were to do this now, and it was not out in the middle of deepest Kenya, it would probably cost about $35,000.
Wow, that's a good price.
$30,000, but that's for everything, for all your plumbing, wiring, sanitary, basically walk in, turn the key, and put your furniture in.
Right, so that would be exclusive of the furniture.
Yeah, but all the hard furnishing, like all the countertops, kitchen,
bathrooms,
showers, all
everything.
of that's kitted.
Lights?
Yeah. Lights, yeah.
Wow, $35,000.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all, because this is really nice. So this would typically be used for a vacation home?
Yes, yeah. People use them for rentals.
Right.
We've done quite a few in kind of lodge settings around lakes and in parts of Kenya.
So is this something that you could live in full time?
It is. So the A-frames we do now this was the prototype, and we love it. If people want to live in full time, we tend to make them a little bit larger.
Okay.
For example, we now bring the walls up a bit higher, so there's more space upstairs, but it still keeps their iconic A-frame style.
This is super, super, super interesting. How long did it take you to build it?
This took, I think it was about 3 months. Yeah.
That's a good span of time.
Yeah. The furnishing took longer.
Really? So we're with Alisa, who's the co-owner and manager of the Airbnb space. She's going to be walking us through this beautiful home. So hi Alisa.
Hi Mummy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
So this is our Airbnb called the A-frame on Windy Ridge. Yep. So it accommodates 2 people comfortably. Generally couples, people visiting from overseas or just within Nairobi. But mainly couples or friends.
All right.
Yeah. This is our outside deck.
So we'll see why your furnishing took longer than the build in this space.
Yeah. He was an efficient builder.
Okay.
So this is the lounge area. Guests often, we have the TV for
over
Netflix.
here.
Netflix is included. We have Wi-Fi for guests. So that's the lounge area to hang out.
I like this. This is beautiful.
Those
Very
lights,
nice
so Thor actually put the lights together, but they're from a local shop. They're made in Kenya.
Beautiful.
You find them actually, it's quite common on the roadsides of Kenya, you find these types of lights.
Right. Rattan.
Sort of rattan.
Okay.
I don't actually know how they make them, but...
So beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, really beautiful. And then over here you've got your kitchen area.
Kitchen area with very high counters, as you met my husband Thor, who's 6'4". He forgets that the rest of us aren't quite as tall, but suits some people shopping. But yeah, fully equipped kitchen.
What finish is this?
This is called terrazzo.
Okay, terrazzo.
So it's like a mix of glass, I'm not sure what it's made of, but Thor could tell you. But yeah, we call it terrazzo.
Okay.
People often, you find it a lot at the coast on floors and things too.
Right,
in
on the floor. In Ghana, it's common as well. People even use it on their walls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a different version of it on the floor in the kitchen and in the bathroom. So yeah, kitchen-wise, fully equipped kitchen.
Lots of storage space.
So you've got all your
pans,
crockery and pans and glasses. We even have champagne glasses. We've had a few proposals here in the past.
Yeah. Such a beautiful spot. I can understand why.
And then when our guests arrive, we give them some milk and cold water, ice, and then they've got all the kind of
and then lots of storage
cutlery
space,
and lots of storage.
This is cool.
Yeah, Thor made those.
These are lovely.
In-house.
Yeah.
And then our guests get sugar, tea, coffee, oil when they arrive.
So that's your extractor?
That's extractor for cooking, yep. And we also installed a reverse osmosis water system here, which is nice for guests. It means they don't need to bring plastic bottles of water.
Right. That's really cool.
I'm actually a conservation manager myself, so
I'm
very into our impact on the environment. So that's a big
cool.
one, and it just saves people also having to walk with loads of stuff. Our waste recycling, we use a waste recycling company called Taka Solutions, who recycle 99% of their rubbish that they collect, and they turn all the organic waste into fertilizer, compost, and so that's another big thing, and so it doesn't hit the
environment.
Right.
It's so efficient and so beautiful. And over here you've got a work area, I'm guessing.
Yeah, little
Reading.
workspace. On Airbnb it's quite important. There's a little thing you can tick if you have a dedicated workspace. So a lot of people these days will search in this day and age for a place where they can sit and work. So that's there, and we've got quite fast Wi-Fi. Everyone compliments us on Wi-Fi, which is nice, and a few board games and books if people like.
Right. This is lovely. It's so beautiful. The warm lights in your space, it's just really beautiful. Is that your distribution board?
The power.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the main switchboard thing. Yeah.
So after you.
So then through here.
Okay, you've got a full length mirror.
Full-length mirror. It was one
walkway.
Yeah, it was a suggestion that came from our guests. They said we didn't have a full-length mirror, and we were always saying it's a bit tough in an A-frame to have a full-length mirror.
Yeah, it's tight.
So, anyway, we found a space, so that's it.
Because you can use it from the bathroom, so it's a nice.
So it's all about in an A-frame about space utilization. So
you've got
this is
barn doors.
Barn door, which put on.
Nice.
Come on into the bathroom.
It's really nice. You could put a mirror here as well.
You could put a mirror there. Yeah, you could have another. We figured people can stand here and
look straight as well.
Look straight down. Yeah. So this is our bathroom. Rain shower. Plenty of hot water.
Is that terrazzo again?
Terrazzo. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we provide our guests with handmade shampoo, conditioner, body wash company in sort of central northern Kenya, near Mount Kenya. Make lovely products.
What's the floor made out of?
That's also a terrazzo.
Oh, it looks a little different.
It is terrazzo. If you look closely, it's got the finer grain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting.
And then the glass So that's the bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, that was actually my sister's idea to allow a bit more light.
More lights come into the space.
Yeah,
It's
so
really
you'll see when we go upstairs over that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And then you got your cabinets. The finish is really nice as well. What did you use to paint it? Is it just wood or is it varnished?
I think it's, I'm not sure, you'd have to ask Thor. You don't have to ask Thor.
Okay.
But yeah, he did all the cabinets in-house.
Okay.
Yeah, for us.
Lovely.
Window overlooking, there's a little farm area out there with a few chickens and things.
So green outside as well. You've got your storage area.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so exactly, and we provide linens, towels for our guests. And a lot of the artwork and the photography that you see in here is from Thor's father and his stepmom.
Okay.
Yeah, which is quite handy for us.
Yeah.
They've given us lots of lovely artwork.
Right. So you said you've lived in Kenya. You were born and raised in Kenya.
Yeah, I was born in Mombasa, and then this is Thor's family's property. So yeah.
Okay.
And then
so after you,
up the very steep staircase.
Very steep.
Please be careful on the stairs.
Hey, this is steep. It's like climbing a pseudo mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
So it's the kind of loft style bedroom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so and so this bed can be divided into twin beds if needed, or it's generally together with a big mattress topper, so you don't notice that it's twins. But so then it's a king size bed, yeah. And we have the hand engraved glass bottles of water, and yeah.
Where's your storage space?
There's not much more storage space. So that's why this sort of a house, and this is the prototype, remember?
Right.
So that was one of the things that then Thor improved on with the next build, was there's a whole area that kind of juts out and there are walk-in wardrobes. So that's why this works well as an Airbnb, but it probably wouldn't work well for a long-term stay. Yeah.
So then from here you can look down. I want to see.
You can look down, yeah, go and have a look down.
You have to crouch.
Yeah, you got to knock your head.
Oh, this is gorgeous. This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
You want the angle from here? Should I hold it? You can come. Should I hold it for you? It's so beautiful. Okay, you come and do it before I break your camera. Okay. Then there's a bit of storage space over here.
Yeah. Yeah, you could put your clothes and things there, and there's also under here.
Is that a solar panel?
That's a little, yeah. So the house actually runs on mains electricity, but we also installed a backup inverter system.
Okay.
So when there is a power cut, because in Kenya, I'm sure it's the same probably in Ghana.
Yeah.
We get a lot of power cuts.
Okay.
Well, actually, we haven't had any in a while, but sometimes, you go through phases of having power cuts. So then there's a backup inverter system which runs the lights and the fan, TV, things like that, but it doesn't run the high-powered appliances.
Okay.
But yeah, just as another small backup, we have little solar lights in case. That's more so if someone wants to get up to go to the bathroom in the night, but just that they don't wake up the other person by turning on the main light. Yeah, so then they can just use that. There's also like a sensor light on the stairs you'll see as you go down that comes on if they're walking down the stairs. But yeah, it's just sort of an extra little backup.
So this can be your storage space. What's that?
Jibby. Jibby's back. We'll be up here in a minute.
So you can store your clothes here and your few items you bring in the space.
Yeah, so most people sort of just put their suitcases really in the corner and then put a few clothes out there.
So you don't have anything messing up your aesthetic. It's beautiful. Yeah. And it's really cool here because of the trees and everything. So you don't need a fan, do you?
And we have this little fan. I mean, in the hot season, it can obviously get quite a bit hotter right now. We're coming out of the coldest season in Nairobi, so it is a lot cooler, and it's just been raining. So it is cooler.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got hot water bottles that we give to the guests, and then extra fleece blankets. And we also have a heater, like an oil heater that we, if people want for our cold season. Yeah.
But in terms of like screening, you don't have any screening or mosquitoes and stuff like that?
No, so we have these mosquito chips. And so on the side of the bed, you see there's a plug-in. So we just recommend people if they don't want mosquitoes, just plug it in before you go to bed. But Nairobi's quite a high area, so we don't have malaria as a problem in Nairobi.
Right. But you have lots of mosquitoes.
You get mosquitoes, yeah, grass mosquitoes. But yeah, no, we've never really had to have a net.
Right.
There's been a couple of people say, oh, a few mosquitoes, but no like major mosquito
right.
problem.
Right. That's cool.
And yeah, generally if you light the chip beforehand, it's fine.
What?
If you light the chip
beforehand.
then
okay.
it's
okay. How strong is this?
The glass.
Yeah.
The glass is really strong.
Really strong.
Yeah.
And you can't see through, otherwise you see somebody in the bathroom.
No, you can't see through.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is nice. Alrighty. Okay. This is really steep.
Yep. So we don't actually take bookings for anyone under 12 here because of the stairs, and we don't have a stair gate. Yeah. But you do get used to them. Quite quickly.
I think if you go down a couple of times, you know how to maneuver.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. All right. This is such a lovely, lovely, lovely space.
Thank you.
Right. Hi.
Shame you couldn't come and stay.
We're too many.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a bit about running an Airbnb in Kenya, in Nairobi. What's that like?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. We, as we say, we've been very busy with Airbnb, so we're a super host on Airbnb.
Hey.
Yeah, so that means a lot to us. I try and go the extra mile, I guess, for guests. Things like putting the fresh flowers in for every guest's arrival, and the tea and the coffee, and being very communicative with guests who need us. But yeah, no, Airbnb it's I guess pretty straightforward, really. It's a great platform. You know, the busier you are and the more responsive you are, the higher you go up in the rankings. So I think we're one of the top, certainly one of the top in Nairobi.
Definitely one of the most beautiful ones I saw.
Thank you.
Honestly, it's really lovely.
Yeah,
lovely.
it's different. It's more
Unique.
modern, I suppose, than some. You know, like we have another Airbnb on the same property, which is called the Garden Cottage. Yeah, so it's also lovely, but it's not the sort of Instagrammable, unique home, you know, that a lot of people are looking for. So in terms of Airbnb, this one is just busier for that regard, whereas the other one will get longer term bookings because it's sort of a lower price point and has more storage space for longer term guests, things like that. Yeah.
So what's your nightly rate over here?
It's about $125 a night
125
to $145 depending on the day of the week.
Season, day of the week. Okay.
And we have a 2-night minimum booking policy.
Okay, so I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested in booking a stay here.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right, I think that's it. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Anything I left out?
I think so. No, just it's a family-owned property, so you know we do have the pets and things wandering around.
Jib, come say hi.
Yeah. Jibby, come
say hello.
Come say hello. So this is Jibby, who kind of comes,
and he's so friendly.
comes with the house, almost. So we've got our dogs and chickens and turkeys. Chickens, turkeys, tortoises. All kinds of animals wandering around, so I guess that's one thing to note. I mean, they're all very friendly, but you kind of have to like animals, I guess.
Yeah, but he's super friendly.
Yeah, no, they're all very used to people coming in, so yeah. No,
okay,
it's good.
Okay, all right, Alisa, thank you so much for walking us through your lovely, lovely home. Yeah.
Thanks, Mummy. Thanks for coming.
You. Bye.
Bye.
Are there any disadvantages to this home, apart from losing the space on the top?
I guess it's, you know, it's a lot of people wouldn't like this style because it's obviously there's stairs and there's a bathroom downstairs, there's a bedroom upstairs, but again there's different versions. Good thing is it makes use of space quite well. So you know, we've built one plot we've built a few of them next to each other. And quite close, but because you're kind of facing one way, you don't necessarily get bugged by your neighbors.
Yeah, because it's like a shield all around you.
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
sees what's going on inside. That's cool. So this is wood. So externally on the metal as well, it's wood.
No,
Still
cement
metal.
boards.
Cement boards.
Plastered.
Okay, plastered.
Just here we did the wood for the aesthetics. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's plastered and then painted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't see the color in Serene. What color is it?
It's
dark.
We did a grey here.
Yeah. I remember dark grey.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sits in this yard.
Yeah.
This is
And even
really
this
beautiful.
spot we're in right now was actually all kind of bush and bramble, and just because of how the A-frame is, you know, we were able to tuck it right back, and
Yeah.
you kind of are looking out, and you wouldn't know that it's not so
Yeah.
large behind. Yeah.
When you were building this, were there any like challenges?
I was on site. I had a small crew. I was experimenting. I had built in traditional ways, and kind of it was a new kind of methodology for me and for Kenya, I think, and I spent a lot of time on the computer beforehand and researching.
Yeah.
So once we started, I'd been thinking about it for so long. I'd kind of gone through all the challenges in my head before we started. Yeah.
Right. So it was quite easy to
Yeah.
get it up and running.
Yeah, gypsum and cement boards is not as common. In Kenya they use it a lot for ceilings, but for wall structures it's slightly different. It's a bit more complex. We want to
Right.
make sure it's well reinforced, and so.
Are there any reinforcements in this?
Well, yeah. So all the steel is closely spaced, and then we also use what we call C-channels, galvanized lightweight steel, to just give it the extra. And they're quite affordable.
Right. So for something like these lights that you've dropped,
Yeah.
it's gypsum. So I'm guessing you just pass the pipe through the hollow holes
all
and then
the conduits, so
and then drop
it all
it.
comes up
Okay.
from beneath and then up.
All the
and-
way.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
Really clever lighting with two-way switches.
So is this something that you could build for somebody else if they were interested?
Yeah, absolutely. We've built, as I say, quite a
Yeah.
few of them now.
All right.
been
So
a
we'll leave your
success.
contact information in the description in case
Sure.
anybody is
Yeah.
interested. All right. Thank you, Thor.
Great.
Thank you so much
so
for the Thor
Appreciate
tour.
it. Thanks for your interest. Cheers.
Okay, bye. If you're interested in this Airbnb, I'll have a link in the description below if you'd like to book it and experience the home for yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to share with your friends and family that may find it interesting. Hopefully, I see you in my next video. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and an amazing life. Bye.